Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking at what are the most played tanks in Blitz. Now, we haven't done this video in a while. We haven't looked at the stats. We haven't looked at websites. But today we're going to see what are the top 5 most played tanks in Blitz right now. Now, we are only really going to look at tier 10. We're going to look at tier 10 because they are actually the most popular tanks, to be fair, the most played. So coming in at number 5 with 1.110 million battles played is the Sheridan. Now, it's a very popular tank. I love this tank for a light tank, and that's what I love about tier 10 in general when it comes to light tanks is they're all different, or most of them are all different. When we had the Sheridan introduced, it's completely different to any other light tank. It has the big gun, it has the high alpha, it still has the speed. The armor profile on it is very, very troll. The spaced armor is very troll. And of course, when it was first introduced, it had the missile tank. So it was different. Missile shell, sorry, but it's different to any other light tank out there. So it's still popular at 1.110 million battles played in the last update. It is still a popular tank. Moving on to tank number 4. Now, this tank, again, has always been a popular tank, but I didn't think it was that popular. It is obviously the Kranvagn. Now, I would say the bottom 3 of these are all very, very similar when it comes to battles. So, 1.110 on the Sheridan, and the Kranvagn 1.15, so a little bit less, not too much less. And of course, when we get to number 1, number 1 has always been and will always be way above everyone else, and it was probably the most played tank in the game, like full stop, from the beginning. But yeah, the Kranvagn, when it was first introduced, of course it was very popular, and of course it still is. I love the tank. Definitely preferred it when it was in the test stage, because it went a lot quicker, and it was a very, very good tank. It still is a very good tank. I love the auto reloading system, and you can actually do a big amount of damage regularly in this tank. So the Kranvagn there coming in at number 2 with 1.15 million battles played in the last update. Moving on to tank number 3. And we have the E100 at 1.17 million battles played. It's always going to be a popular tank, this. Again, I love the E100. It's a very popular tank, but mostly, a lot of people don't know how to play the E100. And it's mostly popular thanks to the Tiger tank. Now, everyone wants to get the Tiger. They join the game, and the Tiger tank is probably the only tank they know. And of course, when you play the Tiger, you then get the Tiger 2, then E75, and then of course the E100. So naturally, a lot of people will get the E100 as their first tank, which is probably why a lot of people don't do as well in this tank as they should. But always going to be a popular tank, especially since Wargaming buffed the old gun to make it even better than it is. But again, I love this tank. I love the heavy. I think it's a fantastic tank when played correctly, and it is still, of course, a popular tank. Moving on to tank number 2. Again, another tank that I really, really love, the Grille. And again, same with a lot of tanks. The Grille's a very, very difficult tank to play. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. One shot from a big gun can change the way that you play this tank. Because one HE shot and you could, 1,000 damage less, then you're only on 700 hit points. So you're a potential 2-shot at all times. And you've got to play it that way. You've got to play it as if you're a 1-shot at all times, because it could be, one shot from an E100, that there was a very nice shot, one shot from a Death Star, one shot from an E4, one shot from any big tank destroyer, and you could be almost dead. I mean, a Death Star on a high roll could do 1,600 damage. They could shoot you full hit points and you only be left with 100 damage, or 100 hit points, sorry. But that aside, I still think it is a fantastic tank. That guy didn't mean to shoot me there. He meant to shoot the Grille, but the return shot, again, I think was a very, very good shot. So I've only been shot once. This game, I've only been shot once, but you know, again, it doesn't matter if you've only been shot once because you still need to play it the same. What I love about the tank is, of course, how fast this tank is. So you can play sat at the back of the map. You can play sat at the back of the map, and when you need to, it's very, very good speed. So you can get up there very, very quickly, or you can move around the map very, very quickly. And that is what I love about this tank. Yes, it's got no armor, but you know what? You don't need armor. You don't need armor in this tank. You've got a fantastic gun, you've got good penetration, and I just love this tank. So moving on to tank number 1, the most popular, the most played tank in Blitz is... It's no other, you know, everyone knows, everyone knew the answer before I even started the video. Of course, it's the Death Star. Now, the Grille, had 1.37 million battles in that tank. The E100, 1.17. The Grille, 1.37. The Death Star, 2.7. So that is massive. That's more than double than the second tank on the list. So it's always going to be the most played tank in Blitz. It's going to be the most popular. People play it, people want it, and you know, everyone wants the Death Star. Not because it's a fantastic tank, because of the alpha. And that is literally the only reason people want this tank, is because of the massive alpha. For 940 damage done here. I mean, even 2 minutes on, that was my first shot in the game, my first shot. But sometimes in this tank, all you need is 2 shots to have a good game. If you can get 2 HE shots out that have good pen, you know, that could be 3k damage. Now, 3k damage is respectable. It's a decent amount of damage, by all means, in any tank. So like now, 940 with 1 shot. I've got the HE loaded, and I want to get a shot on the E3, on the 263 over here. And am I going to be able to do it? So I'm going to poke forward. Am I spotted? Yes, I am, but that does give me time to get the shot off into him. On fire, 1260 damage, 2 shots, 2200 damage. Like, even if I die now and do no more damage, that's still okay. You know, people don't look at it as like, oh my god, that Death Star got 2k damage, he only done 2 shots. People don't look at how many shots they take, they just look at the end damage. Like now, 3 shots, 3k damage, that is my job done. That is my job done. 3 shots is all it needed for me to do my job in this Death Star. It's always going to be popular, and the only reason it's popular is because it is the highest alpha gun in the entire game, and it will always be that case. Let me know, are you shocked about any tank on this list? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.